guys, welcome back to Kellie TV. All I can say is wow about the latest episode of Naked and Afraid. I think this is one of the best episodes of the series. So we meet up with Alana and Keith, and they're in beautiful Fiji, but they quickly run into a lot of problems, and we soon find out it is not paradise at all for the two of them. Also, their personalities clash pretty quickly into the episode. So they suffer with some major issues, and that would be finding water, number one, and finding food, number two, which obviously are necessities for them to survive the 21 days. So Keith brings a machete and Alana brings a fire starter, and she is able to start a fire pretty early on into the episode, but it's not able to help them a whole lot because they aren't able to find water, they aren't able to find food. So Keith has the idea that he's going to chop down this huge coconut tree. He wastes a lot of calories trying to do that, and then once it tips over and he gets the coconuts, he finds out that they aren't ripe yet and there's no water inside. So they're facing a lot of difficulties with getting sunburnt. Their feet are just getting mangled with the grass that they say it's like razor blades, and Alana is very fair-skinned, so she is burning easily, and they start to argue early on. Okay, so they are able to find some water. It looks like rainwater, and Alana has the idea that it's probably safe to drink. I was thinking all along, Alana, don't do it. You just don't know if it's safe. You need to boil that water first. But she goes ahead and drinks it, and she kind of gets Keith to do the same thing. So he drinks it, and as we find out, that turns out to be a huge mistake. So a little bit later, Keith says he starts to feel terrible. He gets diarrhea, his stomach is killing him, and then he starts talking about dropping out. Well, Alana doesn't want to hear this. She thinks that he can stick it out if they just take the day slowly, maybe work on the roof of their shelter, and he agrees to that, and he thinks that maybe they will be okay. So they go out searching for food, and it's really hard to find food in the water. They find a stone crab, so they're able to get that, but then they see a sea snake, and Keith, I think, is kind of delirious from all the dehydration and starvation at this point, that he's like, I'm gonna go get that, even though everyone knows that that's deadly. He thinks that it's edible, and he says he's just going to go into the water and grab it. He tries to do it, but he's not successful, thankfully, because he already has enough problems. So they start to argue, and he really doesn't like Alana. She's really getting on his nerves. Of course, anyone's going to be cranky if you haven't eaten in days, you haven't had water in days. They've had a little bit of water, but it's just not enough. They just are not progressing in this process. So on day 11, Keith says he just can't take it anymore. He actually starts having symptoms of a seizure, so the medical staff come in and take him off of the show. So it's Alana solo. Can she make it? Well, she has a lot of things that are going to be hard for her to figure out because, once again, they don't really have water, they don't have food, so she goes out trying to find food for herself, and at one point she's eating raw termites. But hey, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do to survive, right? So actually she is able to make it through the 21 days and through most of these days totally on her own, and I've got to give mad props to her because it was awesome that she made it through. She is the first person in Naked and Afraid history to make it all by herself the whole 21 days. So you go, Alana. That is awesome. And Keith, I hope you're doing okay, but honestly, you sounded like pretty much a jerk telling her that she had all these issues. I know that you were sick, and I know that you probably got sick from that water, but it's funny to me that she didn't get sick, and you were pretty rude putting her down when she did a lot to help out the team. So maybe you should think before you speak next time. Not cool, Keith. Not cool. So if you missed out, I was live chatting during this show on this very cool app called ZBox. It's free. You can use it from your iPad or your tablet or your iPhone or smartphone, or also on the web. And I live chatted with fans of the show, and I'm going to be doing this every Sunday live during Naked and Afraid, so I hope you will join me next Sunday. It's a free app. It's really cool to talk as things are going on in the show. I'm going to put a link down below so you can join me next Sunday, and also on ZBox you will also find my recap of the show after that episode has aired, so you're going to get everything that you want to know about Naked and Afraid all in one spot. So I hope you join me over at ZBox. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are on the latest episode of Naked and Afraid. Did you think Keith was a jerk like I did? What about Alana? Did you think it was cool that she made it all the way through, most of that all on her own? Let me know down below. Thumbs up if you like this video, and have a great day.